Shalom Aleichem. Welcome everyone on the net of Shabbos, Parshas Chukas. It's Erev Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tammuz. Yud Beis and Yud Gimel Tammuz in 1927 is when the Frierdiker Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak, was liberated from his death sentence, and then they transferred him on Gimel Tammuz to hard labor in a city called Kastarma, and on Yud Beis, Yud Gimel Tammuz, Beis Tammuz, he was given the right to leave, and the offices were closed, so he ended up leaving on Yud Gimel Tammuz. In Lubavitch, these days represent the Nyet Nikavo Kromi Boga Odnavo, which we'll sing later in Mitzvah Shem on our Nigam program. The idea is there is nothing else besides Hashem. Einoid milvadoi. But you know, Einoid milvadoi, everyone says Einoid milvadoi. Everyone thinks and feels there's nothing besides God. And then there's the application. Let's look at a little history. When Stalin Yamach Shimon began his edict of purging God from Russia, from the people, he did it in a clever way, systematically obliterating completely HaKadosh Baruch Hu from the dictionary, from the language of common man. This, of course, included a removal of religion, Jewish religion, chinuch, education for the young children. Stalin didn't mind the old senior citizens who are really, older and over, to continue davening, continue learning, as long as you don't gather young children and teach them Torah. The Frierdiker Rebbe, Yosef Yitzchak, who was already warned by his father in 1920, before he passed away, he said, "May it all be bechesed uverachamim," with kindness and mercy. The Rebbe Rashab, Reb Shalom Ber, the holy tzaddik of Lubavitch, the fifth Rebbe, foresaw that hard times are coming. And he knew that his son needed the additional strength and power to overcome the Seder HaYehudim, the terror of the Jewish people, the Amalek of the Jewish nation, who did his atrocities to mankind and to Yidden. May it never be again. And the Frierdiker Rebbe, with that backing, said, not only will I stand up to Stalin, even if it means they kill me, they torture me, but I'm going to demand that my Hasidim follow in the same way, because I can't do it alone. And the Frierdiker Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak, the holy tzaddik, the sixth Rebbe of Lubavitch, made a krisis bris, a pact. It was krisis bris with 10 chassidim. Some, they say, are Reb Ben Shem Tov, Reb Avram Mayor, and others, who said, Rebbe, we are ready to give our life for this work, even if they take us away and they kill us. And guess what? They killed many Lubavitch Chassidim. Chanya Morozov, Raskin, and other Chassidim were actually killed, murdered, taken away, never seen again. And we've since found many of their files, the KGB files, verify that. The Rebbe's own father, Rebbe Levi Yitzchak, wasn't shot and killed, but he was sent to far off in Kazakhstan, where he became ill and ultimately died at a young age. What about the other Jewish leaders? What about certain yeshivas that were in Russia and Lithuania and during those times? They all made a vayivrach. They all ran away. They closed up shop. They couldn't continue. From the greatest people, the best Rosh Yeshivas, they all left. They could not continue teaching in this environment. The only ones that stayed with the Lubavitch Chassidim. There was a trickle of Breslov Chassidim, a trickle of Tolnach, a Chernobyl Chassidim. But by and large, the main group that stayed with Mesiras Nefesh, with self-sacrifice, were Lubavitch Chassidim. This historically is what happened back in 1920s. The Frierdiker Rebbe, after he was liberated, after he was freed, they told him, out of here, you can't stay. And that's when he left to Riga. Nevertheless, his mind was on his brethren in Russia, and he continued to raise money and send money to the point where he traveled to Eretz Yisrael in 1929 and to America in 2930, raising funds in addition to strengthening Yiddishkeit, Judaism, wherever he went. He did that for the purpose of saving the Jews that were left behind. Our Rebbe continued in the same vein. In the 50s, 60s, and even 70s, the Rebbe poured his heart out at Fabrengens. It was noticeable. He broke down. He was emotional when he spoke about Russian Jewry. And clandestinely, he was involved in many, many operations in the sense of giving direction where to go, where not to go, not only to Chabad rabbis and shluchim, but also to RCA rabbis. Rabbi Bernard Baruch Pupka of Pittsburgh, who was a Russian Yid and a Rav, he, along with other RCA rabbis in 1961 or 62, went there on a campaign to help the Jews of Russia. And he had yechidus. They all had yechidus with the Rebbe, and the Rebbe told them things that he couldn't divulge, but it was beneficial to them on their visit. And he came back and he spoke to this congregation. It's online. You can hear him speak in English, in his elegant English, to them, saying that you can't imagine what the Lubavitcher Rebbe is. You can't imagine his love for every Yid in Russia. And you can't imagine what he knows about them sitting in Brooklyn. Rabbi Isai, this isn't a program to laud an individual or a movement. This is a program to grow and learn from historical occurrences. It's a program to understand that history repeats itself. Here we are in America. It's 2022. Post-pandemic. What is the lesson for us? Chukas, Parshas Chukas, to engrave Yiddishkeit, to engrave Torah within yourself. Torah shouldn't be an adjunct to you. Torah should not be an add-on, but Torah should be Kihem Chayenu v'Oilech Yomeinu. It's your life force. You breathe with Torah. Chassidus explains that Chakika is different than Ksiva. Ksiva, the ink and the paper are two separate things. Whereas Chakika, engraving, you engrave from the stone, you chisel out from the stone and the rock what you are writing or drawing. It comes from the item itself. In other words, Chakika is inner, pnimius. Ksiva, in comparison, writing in comparison to Chakika is chitzoni, is superficial. The way to get through the world, the way to not just survive, but to thrive, is through living like a Chakika Jew. A Chakika Jew thrives, not just survives. The old saying used to be, "Es ist schwer zu sein a Yid." It's difficult to be a Yid. Oi, the sigh, the krechts. Oi, again. Friends, anti-Semitism, 4 out of the 6 people that were shot in Highland Park this week were Yidden, were Jews. It's easy to say, oi, they're after us again. And what's the answer? The answer is, be strong. The answer is, don't capitulate to the ways of the world. Know that you're a Yid and live your Yiddishkeit. And for Chassidim, live your Chassidishkeit. And for Lubavitcher Chassidim, live your Lubavitchkeit. We don't have to answer to anyone. We need to be respectful. but yet proud by doing what God wants of us. May Hashem help each and every one of us to reflect on the Mesiras Nefesh of the Baal HaGeula, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak, the 6th Rebbe, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, and learn from his behavior and his Chassidus behavior to live this way today, and will be Zeicha to the Gula Shlema, B'Korev Mamish, B'Yerushalayim, Amen v'Amen.